Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're skipping the pleasantries and dropping right into a super uncomfortable moment. It's a subtle trap that trips up almost every single new counselor. Seriously, falling into this can literally mean the difference between a massive breakthrough and just a total dead end in your session. Picture this. Your client is sitting across from you. The room is perfectly quiet, trust is just starting to build, and then they hit you with this incredibly heavy, vulnerable statement. They look at you and say, "I've been drinking more since my mom passed away." Now, a new counselor often thinks they are doing a solid reflection here, so they respond by basically parroting the words right back. They say, "So you've been drinking more since your mom passed away?" The client nods, but nothing moves. The session just flatlines into this painful, awkward silence. Why? Because you're just repeating. You are not reflecting. Okay, now listen to the contrast when a real reflection happens. Instead of just bouncing those exact words back, the counselor takes a step deeper and says, "You're trying to find a way to handle the grief." Boom. By naming that underlying pain, the client suddenly feels truly, deeply heard. And just like that, the door to actual progress swings wide open. Let's look at a second scenario. This one is drawn straight from the contemplation stage of motivational interviewing, where your client is showing classic ambivalence. They sit back, sigh, and tell you, "I know I should probably cut back, but it's hard." If you merely repeat the words, "You know you should cut back, but it's hard," you're keeping them perfectly stuck in that exact spot. But a deep, double-sided reflection, that honors their incredibly complex struggle. Imagine responding with, "On one hand, drinking is causing issues, but on the other hand, it feels like the only way you can cope right now." See the difference? That safely adds meaning to their words without judging them at all. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates our source material's directive for this stage. Your ultimate goal in the contemplation phase is to explore and clarify that ambivalence. You want to help the client hear both sides clearly. You aren't jumping in to fix it. Actually, scratch that. You literally can't resolve it for them. You simply hold up a really clear mirror. All right, let's put this into practice, shall we? We're going to do a quick interactive test right now to see if you can train your ear to spot the difference on the fly. Let's see if you can catch the repetition versus the true reflection. So here is a super common statement from a client in the pre-contemplation stage, meaning, they don't even see a problem yet. They cross their arms, lean back defensively, and say, "My wife is the one who thinks it's an issue, not me." Listen to these two possible responses. Option A, your wife thinks you have a problem, but you don't. Or option B, you're feeling pressured to be here when you don't think anything is wrong. Which of these is the counselor just parroting the facts, and which one is a deep reflection? Go ahead and lock in your answer. Okay, if you picked option B, you totally nailed it. It brilliantly captures that underlying emotion of feeling pressured, but it does so without putting unfair words into the client's mouth or inadvertently picking a fight. As the MI strategy guide clearly outlines for this pre-contemplation stage, we absolutely avoid arguing or lecturing. We're not trying to convince them they have a problem. Instead, we express genuine curiosity. We reflect what they say without agreeing or disagreeing. It is all about building that essential baseline of trust and safety. So the crucial point here is understanding the actual mechanics behind what we just did. Simple reflections, which is just mirroring the exact words and facts, well, those keep you afloat in a session. But complex reflections, where you take an educated guess at the underlying emotion or meaning, those are what actually drive the session deeper. Now, you might be asking, how on earth do I guess their meaning without just putting words in their mouth? Well, you can add this depth safely by leaning on a few grounding rules. Express genuine curiosity about their perspective, reflect without firmly agreeing or disagreeing, and always follow the client's readiness. Simply put, stay curious instead of directive. And hey, if you ever feel stuck or realize you're slipping back into that parroting mode, this in-session reference card is an absolute lifesaver. Notice that check yourself section. Are you talking more than the client? Stop. Did you just give advice? Reflect instead. It's a fantastic reminder to slow down. Remember, silence is completely okay. Let's look at the actual results of getting this right. When you shift from just repeating facts to truly reflecting meaning, magic happens. The client feels heard and validated. Trust completely spikes, and most importantly, space is created for the client's own change talk to emerge. Instead of you fighting them, their resistance drops, and they start making their own arguments for change.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to give you one highly actionable thing you can try in your very next session tomorrow to break that parroting habit. Notice when you are about to repeat their exact words. Just stop, take a breath, and guess their underlying emotion instead.
I'll leave you with this provocative thought to chew on before your next session. Are you just bouncing words back, or are you actively helping your client see what is beneath the surface? Because at the end of the day, true listening isn't about proving you heard the words. It's about proving you understand the person. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.